guys, here with a new video for the channel. I hope you like it, and if you like it, don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment, and subscribe. Now without further ado, get comfortable. Let's begin. Goku had shown them his most powerful state so far because the Ultra Instinct was not able to access it. Son Goku, 8th Cardinal Sin, I have too many questions for you, but do you really possess the power of a god in your veins? Why do you doubt it, Marlin? I've taught them even now the power of a god. What happens that I would love to experiment with you. If you claim to have the power of a god, my new potions should have an amazing effect. But at the moment, a big explosion in the main castle would be present. So everyone quickly came to save the others. However, while Goku was quickly mobilizing, was surprised noticing how Meliodas was fighting against two commandments. At the moment of Goku approaching, he would notice how Meliodas, with his famous counterattack technique, an incredible fire dragon would return to him, which had left both commandments very badly injured. Goku, a little confused, would approach Meliodas. Meliodas, is that you? How's that possible? I saw how you died. Don't worry, Goku. The only thing is to know that now all the sins are reunited, so there's nothing to worry about. Meanwhile, in the castle, Merlin likewise would reveal his true origin, so two of the commandments tried to escape being impossible. So Merlin of a great whirlwind was able to capture one of the commandments. However, in all this time, Meliodas had come close enough to the castle, finding the original form of Fraudin, one of the commandments, which was able to leave the body in which he was hiding, for the love of the son who had that body. Meliodas, you can kill me. There's no need to fight, because I know that compared to you, your power, I'm nothing. Since Meliodas came back, I've seen him a little strange, although I don't know what it is, but I have to find out. Goku was surprised to realize how Meliodas' energy changed drastically, and with a single blow, he would pulverize his enemy. I'm sure that's not the Meliodas I know, so Goku would very slowly approach Meliodas, being both face to face. Meliodas, what happened to you? You're not like that, and if you don't give me a logical explanation, I, the 8th Cardinal Sin, will have to stop you. Son Goku, you're very important to me, but currently the power I possess won't be able to do anything to me, so you better stay out of my business. Meliodas would turn with the intention of leaving the place, but would be held by Goku's hand. Meliodas, without difficulty, would grant a big kick to the face of Goku, who was able to dodge it with great difficulty, taking a little distance. I don't know what the hell happened to you, but I'm going to let them manipulate you, so I have to knock you out. Both partners began to fight. Meanwhile, Merlin would communicate with Ban, the fox of the 7 deadly sins and Meliodas' best friend. Ban, as an immortal being, you must go to the underworld, because every time Meliodas dies, he resurrects without his emotions, so on every occasion, he returns to be the demon he was before. Understood, but how can I get to the underworld? Hawk will be the one for you to get to the underworld. You have to look for the emotions of Meliodas and face the Demon King to return. I trust you, Ban. Hawk, with a strange ability, was able to take Ban to the underworld, which was an extreme environment for any warrior, because even 1 minute in that place, it was 100 years. So it was impossible for any ordinary being, but not for Ban the Immortal. So he would start looking for the emotions of his best friend. Meanwhile, Meliodas, realizing that even with his true power, he was not able to do anything against Goku. He would take a little. Son Goku, 8th Cardinal Sin, you're powerful. But now, I'll show you the power of the former leader of the 10 Commandments and the successor to Demon King. The entire body of Meliodas would be covered with several dark marks, so that the state was called Assault Mode, or also known as the battle state of the leader of the 10 Commandments, since Meliodas in that state was able to even finish off goddesses with such ease that he'd split them in two. Mr. Meliodas, please, what's happened to you? I know that inside all that shell is that Mr. Meliodas I love. You are of such quality, Elizabeth, but it's pity that I currently feel absolutely nothing for you. But I will fulfill my promise. What promise are you referring to? I'm not gonna let something bad happen to them. I'll stop you. This is none of your business, Son Goku, but I plan to break the curses that were placed on Elizabeth and me because we are from different clans. When Goku launched himself against Meliodas, he was surprised because on this occasion Meliodas was able to dodge absolutely all his attacks, and a big shadow would fall down behind Goku. So he would try to knock him out of combat, but it turned out impossible since Goku at the moment would access the Super Saiyan, with which he was able to ward off Meliodas. I didn't think a guy from this place would be able to make me use one of my transformations. Apparently in my current situation, it's impossible for me to beat you. But don't worry, when I become Demon King, I want to fight with you again. I would not allow you to become a Demon King. Meliodas would disappear from the place along with Elizabeth, appearing in the castle where the three brothers would see each other again after a long time, while Zeldris was sitting on the throne of the castle.
Ha 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 ha. Brother, how long? I can tell why you've come to this place.
I don't know what it is you want, but if you give me that goddess, I promise that I'll leave the position of the Demon King to you. Elizabeth's with me, and secondly, the position of Demon King belongs to me by law, so nothing and no one will be able to do anything. Both furious brothers rushed against Meliodas, but Meliodas, with a surprising pressure, would make them fall to the ground, and they weren't even able to move. They won't be able to do anything against me, and as far as I can tell, even our teachers have returned from the underworld. So both masters who trained Zeldris and Meliodas would make an appearance. Returning to the castle, Goku would return to his base state, but he was very intrigued. I don't know how I can help Meliodas. The technique that steals his emotions looks like when Vegeta was manipulated by Babidi. But of this world, I know absolutely nothing. Goku, I know you're very worried about Meliodas, but I'll tell you how things really went. Hundreds of years ago, the Holy War was started by Meliodas and Elizabeth. They were indirectly responsible, since it is forbidden for a demon and a goddess to form a couple. So the supreme deity, cursed Elizabeth, had to be reborn for eternity, and became enamored of Meliodas again. While the Demon King cursed Meliodas, every time he died, he began to lose his emotions to become the new Demon King. I don't know who the hell those stupid bastards will be, but I want to have them in front of me. I'll tear them to pieces. I won't let them keep doing this to Meliodas and Elizabeth. It's good to know that we have someone who has such great powers as yours, but for now, we'll be able to do absolutely nothing.
It'll be better to return, since the castle has been completely destroyed. We cannot stay in this place.
Everyone would return to the tavern. However, after a few hours, Zeldris had in his possession the commandments of some of his companions. So Meliodas would begin to absorb each of his commandments, to become much more powerful. But at the moment of the commandments began to enter his body, an incredible power would be felt all over the place, because the power of a commandment was gigantic. So much so that even Goku had realized the power of that. We have to stop him. I could see how Meliodas' power rises in an incredible way. But all over the place, Chandler, the master of Meliodas, would start heading towards the tavern, so the whole sky would darken.
I can't touch that damn goddess on Meliodas-sama's orders, but I can't take down her classmates' garbage so that they won't cause any more problems.
Chandler would arrive in a matter of seconds towards the tavern, in which he would prostrate himself on top of everything, while Goku had felt a huge power very close to them. What is this power? Is the power of a demon capable of reaching those limits? Goku would start walking towards the outside of the tavern, realizing that everything was dark, and because of this, Escanor had lost all his power. Goku, we can now entrust you. I know you'll succeed. Goku kept coming towards Chandler. Both warriors were face to face. I can't feel any magic coming from you, so I plan to annihilate you in one fell swoop, so you won't interfere with Mr. Meliodas' plans. I want to see that if you could do it, since you are trash next to me. Goku would start squeezing his hands, so everything around him would start shaking. Due to the power he was increasing, Goku would expel his power from Super Saiyan Phase 2, which would leave everyone present very surprised, even Chandler.
Just by changing the color of your hair, you won't be able to do anything to me.
But Chandler, without being able to observe Goku's movement, had received a powerful blow which made him vomit absurd amounts of blood, being able to see only Goku's feet.
Ugh, that hurt me too much. Now I'll teach you, because we are considered the teachers of the next Demon Kings.
Chandler would expel a large part of his power, with which the sky would begin to turn from thunderstorms. Goku, be careful, since Chandler's power is even greater than the Demon King's power. You will be able to face him on your own.
I can tell that you still don't know anything about my Merlin. These bastards are not worthy to even observe the limit of all my power.
Furious, Chandler would pounce against him, but to his surprise, Goku was able to dodge each of his attacks. So Goku, with a powerful blow, had made him fall to an already destroyed part. While both were fighting, the Demon King was watching everything with incredible.
Who is this bastard? Even his power is much bigger than Chandler's power. If everything goes on like this, I'm sure we'll have to turn the original demon. And that's the last thing I want.
Returning to Meliodas, he was still at rest because he was not able to stabilize all the commandments. For his part, Estarossa, in the same way, had the intention of absorbing several commandments, but before he was able to absorb them, Grother, the cardinal sin of lust and symbolized by the goat, would reveal his true identity to Estarossa, who was the most powerful archangel male. But hundreds of years ago, Grother was able to use all his magic to change the same story and end it to the Holy War. Because if Meliodas joined the goddesses, the balance would be broken, and they needed a warrior just as powerful as Meliodas. Zeldris realized the true identity of Estarossa was heading to where he was, and before he was able to absorb more commandments, would Daria, because the two of the commandments, his power had grown in an incredible way. Zeldris, regardless of the memories he had with his great sword, was able to annihilate him, leaving only Mael, the original archangel.
In those conditions that Mael is in, she'll surely die, but it's not my problem. Now only 3 commandments are left to Meliodas.
Zeldris, at an amazing speed, quickly resorted to where Meliodas was, granting him 3 commandments of Estarossa, and even granting him his commandment.
I have done what you, father, asked me. Now we're just waiting for Meliodas to be the new Demon King.
Meanwhile, in the underworld, in that place, hundreds of years had already passed, we could observe a Ban with an extremely long beard.
I finally found you, Captain. Now we'll be able to get out of this damn hell.
Ban had found Meliodas as if it were a child, and it was the emotions, so both quickly began with their great plan to get out of the underworld and help all the other companions on the battlefield. However, the last battle was about to approach since Goku was about to end Chandler's life. He himself disappeared from the place, arriving at the castle in terrible condition.
Chandler, what happened to you? Who has the necessary power to leave you in these conditions? I can't believe it.
Chandler would be quickly treated with demonic energy so that he would be able to recover all his energy. Meanwhile, Meliodas, by possessing the 10 commandments, would form a big cocoon, but this time it was much bigger.
Finally, the birth of a new Demon King is about to begin.
On the other hand, in the tavern, Goku was furious, so they decided that they would be the attackers this time. The warriors would get ready to be able to face them. The managers would be Goku, Merlin, and Escanor, who were with the resistance of the deadly sins. Goku, with the help of teleportation, was able to arrive in a matter of seconds, observing absolutely everything in the big cocoon in which Meliodas was.
I swear I'll finish every one of you bastards. You are very powerful, but this will be a 2-on-2 battle since Chandler has informed us of the weak point of the guy who came in the name of Escanor.
That's right, at the moment the whole place would go dark, so Escanor's musculature had completely disappeared, being nothing more than a hindrance.
And now, yes, we'll be able to form the original demon. Original demon? I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Hundreds of years ago, the Demon King created the original demon, but by his power being so great, he tried to reveal himself. So we were separated and given the task of training the underworld princes to be worthy of becoming Demon Kings.
Both masters had successfully merged, so the center would appear the original demon, whose power was extremely overwhelming, even for Goku.
With the power of the 2 Super Saiyans, I'll have no hope of doing anything against this bastard. I have to take my power to a higher level.
Goku would start screaming, so the whole place was shaking. That's right, Goku's hair would start growing while everything around him was destroyed. But it was absolutely nothing for the cocoon that Meliodas was in. Meanwhile, in the underworld, both warriors met Hawk's brother with Wild, the 3 being in front of the Demon King. They started with a great fight in which Wild had fallen on the battlefield, but it had been the perfect opportunity for Ban, the fox of the 7 deadly sins, to be able to get out of that place.
With the bastard out of the place, it'll be much harder for you to get out, Meliodas.
I don't think that's like you, Father, because if one attacks you from the inside and another from outside, we'll be able to defeat you.
Do you even know what my plan is?
That's right, since the 10 commandments are only an extension of your power, what you really want is to have a powerful and young body again. Goku had been able to release all his power in a great light. It could be observed how Goku had access to Super Saiyan 3 while Ban, at their time of arrival, would realize as his beloved Elaine was about to be annihilated by several demons of lower rank.
Does anyone dare lay a hand on my beloved?
Ban, with a single movement, was able to end the life of the demons that were walking towards Elaine. That's right, the fox of the 7 deadly sins was back. Ban the Immortal. Ban would take Elaine in his arms, while all the demons that were nearby would be completely annihilated. Meanwhile, on the battlefield, Goku and Super Saiyan 3 had a pretty even battle with the original demon. However, all over the place, a big storm would appear, while in the same way, an amazing power could be perceived all over the place. A power that this time would even leave Goku very surprised. Is that the power of Meliodas? It's a gigantic power! Nothing compared to when we first faced. That's right, the Demon King was able to control all the 10 commandments. So his body had undergone a great change, and his power had skyrocketed in an incredible way. Ha 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 ha! I finally have a new body. Now if even you won't be able to face me so long without seeing you, original demon.
My lord, how long? And make a big apology for the last time I tried to reveal.
Don't worry. Because thanks to you, we've been able to keep this warrior out, but today will finally come the day of his death. Meanwhile, Ban would notice how Elaine's essence was beginning to disappear because she had resurrected by a commandment. I don't mind ceasing to be immortal, and I'm not going to let you leave my side one more time, so I have to use the Fountain of Youth to bring you back to life. I will. Ban would begin to channel the entire Fountain of Youth into his hand, while remembering how he had met Elaine, the protector of the Fountain of Youth. You risked everything for me, and I'll do it for you anyway. Ban, by using the power of the Source, was able to keep Elaine. However, Ban the Immortal had lost his immortality, so Elaine, a little upset, would get in front of Ban. Do you even know what you've done? You're stupid! My life's worthless if we all die! Ban would take her in his arms, not allowing her to keep talking.
I don't care if I have to die or go to the same hell. For you, I would do it 1 in a million more times.
Elaine would blush at Ban's words, but despite being a very romantic moment, a loud rumble would be felt near both of them, and Ban would be a little surprised to realize how it was Goku who was getting up with multiple wounds on his body. It hurt me too much. I have to quickly finish with that demon, because if he gets together with Meliodas, I'm sure I'll have several problems.
Damn it, that king was able to take over the captain's body.
Is it that Meliodas? If he was the one who absorbed all the commandments.
You're correct. Captain Meliodas abolished them, but the 10 commandments, they're fragments of the true power of the Demon King. So to unite them all, it is only to grant him a new body.
I know that Meliodas is very resistant, and he must keep fighting to recover his body. So right now I'll defeat you to weaken you enough. The original demon had rushed against anyone else. However, Goku stood in front of the original demon. However, his gaze had completely changed.
What the hell's going on? Even the look of this guy's completely changed, and it generates an incredible terror in me. Even my legs are shaking.
You're a powerful guy. I never thought I would have to use this power in this world. Goku, with a great blow, was able to make him completely retreat, with which the original demon had suffered incredible damage because the power of that blow had been so much that it had destroyed most of his organs.
Damn, you were holding me back?
Of course I was holding back. Even I still have 2 transformations that I don't use, since they're not worthy of seeing the divine power that I possess. The original demon, with a lot of anger, would start lashing out with his 2 swords, but the result would be the same, since Goku was effortlessly able to dodge his attacks, while Ban was face to face with the Demon King. It's amazing that you're able to stand in front of me without being bent by my great pressure. From Meliodas' body, an incredible pressure would be released just as the air became toxic. All the other deadly sins took refuge in a barrier created by King. Ban, it doesn't matter that you're immortal. If you're in that toxic air for too long, the Fountain of Youth won't be able to do anything for you.
It's a pity that he's no longer immortal, as he used all the power of this source to revive Elaine.
That means that if Ban dies, this time he'll do it forever. The Demon King would realize that Ban was able to withstand his great pressure because he'd been able to enter the underworld, in which the pressure was hundreds of times more powerful than that of that place. I could tell that because to withstand my pressure, but in the case I'll have to end your life with a clean fist.
That's only if you're able to achieve it, since even one of your most powerful demons is about to be defeated.
That's right, Goku had the original demon against the ropes, which this time he was no longer able to do absolutely anything. Goku, with great anger, would create an energy sword, with which he would completely dismember him. It's time to end you, you miserable! Goku would take a great impulse to the sky, and with descending at a great speed, he would charge 2 spheres of energies, with which he was able to evaporate the original demon. But moments before ending his life, the original demon undid this fusion, so Chandler and Cusack would be sent hundreds of kilometers by such a bestial attack. Who is this guy? He is even able to defeat the original demon fusion. Meanwhile, in the battle of the Demon King and Ban, both of them seemed to be very similar. But as the battle progressed, the Demon King began to be bent due to Meliodas from the inside of his body continuing to fight against his father. Father, I'm not going to allow you to take control of my body, much less do harm to my own body. Damn it. How are you able to keep opposing? I've been able to recover the 10 Commandments. On the one hand, in the Celestial Kingdom, the supreme deity of that world was observing everything that happened. That warrior possesses an incredible power, with which he's able to wipe out all those damn demons. My lady, but won't that warrior be a problem for us in the same way? Of course not. Since the warrior is only pure muscle, we're capable of reasoning to win on the battlefield. Returning to the battlefield, Ban was able to corner the Demon King, so much that he was able to lose mobility for about a minute. Enough time to perform a combined attack between Meliodas and Ban. That powerful attack was able to almost pulverize even the body of Meliodas. The Demon King was able to expel all the 10 Commandments, which had fallen near Master Cusack. Zeno-sama has to be the next Demon King. I won't let the bastards of Meliodas become the new king. Zeldris, despite being very badly injured for his battle against Escanor, he would try to stop him, since now he understood that the Demon King was only looking for a container. But it was too late, since at that moment, the 10 Commandments joined Zeldris, which at the moment was able to end the lives of Cusack and Chandler. His body turned out to be much more compatible with me, since even I have the full control, but it's not time to face these damned ones. The Demon King, with a great shadow technique, was able to disappear from the place, leaving no trace, so that the battle would be over, but the most powerful opponent was still loose in the kingdom. Meanwhile, in the dimension of Goku, the Z Warriors tried to use any method to bring back Son Goku, but it was impossible for them since even Shenlong was not able to fulfill such a wish. Beerus, we have no choice. We have to inform the great Zeno-sama and Daishaken-sama, as they're the only ones with the necessary power to achieve it. That's right, Beerus-sama, we'll have to go to the High Priest. Both deities quickly left the Kingdom of the All, which would be received by the High Priest upon arrival.
Deities of Universe 7, it's a surprise that you've around. Tell me, what has happened?
Father, how long without seeing you? We have a bad one about Son Goku.
What's happened to Son Goku? He's Zeno-sama's best friend. Nothing bad should happen to him, as even the integrity of the 12 universes may be in danger.
We know, Father. For that very reason, we've come to inform you of this unfortunate event. Daishaken, while listening to everything Whis would tell him, was a little surprised because the power to be able to open different holes to different dimensions must have been incredible.
That's a big problem. Of course, there is a solution, but it's a very complicated one, since there are millions of dimensions.
I understand, Father. We have only come to inform you of this event.
I appreciate the information, Whis. Now you can retire. In a few moments, I'll be around Universe 7 to solve what's happened.
Deities would quickly leave, while the High Priest was thinking how to find Goku, since it was like looking for a needle in a haystack, almost impossible.
I have to use the blood of his children to be able to form a path, to which Son Goku has been sent, since the blood is impossible for it to fail.
Returning to the tavern, Goku was very thoughtful due to the power that the Demon King had achieved. But at the moment, Meliodas was able to wake up, being the same as always, so he would thank each of his present. Thanks to everyone, and especially to you, Goku, who were able to stop me. Don't worry, but when all this is over, I want to have a combat with that new state you possess. Of course, Goku. It's a promise, but we have to expel my father from my brother Zeldris' body. Everyone was talking very relaxed, while Ban and Escanor were fighting against the Demon King.
Damn! The power of that fucker is even greater than when he was the captain of Meliodas' body.
Now that they won't be able to do anything, I plan to end their life one by one. For that reason, I was able to seal the tavern that everyone else is in. So, for that reason, none of our colleagues will have come with us.
Damn it, this bastard's gonna kill us.
I will not allow you to end the lives of innocent people. Right now, I will grant you the wish that you meet the One. Escanor's power would begin to rise to impressive levels, so much so that even the heat that was expelled by Escanor's body even forced Ban to move away, or he'd be completely charred.
Escanor, stop! Don't do something crazy! Your body's not able to withstand all that power. You'll die!
Dying from my companions is not a bad death, as I will not let this bastard hurt anyone else.
Escanor had reached the most powerful state, with which both began with a great battle, which seemed very evenly matched. However, Escanor's entire body was suffering consequences of using the power beyond his limits, so in each exchange of blows, large amounts of blood came out of his entire body.
Body resists a little more. Sunstrike!
An incredible blow was heading towards the Demon King, who with great difficulty was able to stop it, but the blow would begin to drag him all over the battlefield.
Demon Sword Summoning!
A dark-colored sword would appear, being able to destroy the scanner technique with a simple pressure, as it was a weapon of the highest quality. Returned to the tavern, King would go out to observe the panorama of everything that had happened, being amazed to realize how a great barrier of energy was covering the whole boar hat.
Captain, Ban, and Escanor are in danger!
Everyone else would leave the tavern, noticing the great barrier. Goku, upset, would charge an incredible power in his fist, being able to completely destroy it. The instant the barrier was destroyed, it could be perceived how the power of Escanor overflowed.
I don't care what I do, but this time, I'll finish with him. I won't let anyone else get hurt.
Goku would use teleportation quickly, with which he would reach the battlefield, realizing how Escanor was about to sacrifice himself for the entire team of the 8 deadly sins.
Goku, please protect Ban. There's nothing I can do to stop this power anymore, and I'd rather have the feat of taking the Demon King with me. Escanor, stop!
Without listening to Goku's words, he was able to create a powerful attack, which was the size of the sun, as well as the heat that radiated from it, that even Goku would form a barrier not to be affected.
Escanor, you're the proudest person I've ever met. I think you compare yourself to Vegeta, since he sacrificed for all of us at the same time.
Escanor's body received all the consequences of having used the power beyond its limits, so at the moment of finishing the attack, he'd begin to fade into nothingness, while Goku was very sad, but with a big scream was able to access Super Saiyan Blue, making everything around him shudder, because he was able to perceive the essence of the Demon King, which had hardly been left alive, but in front of it, Goku with a powerful blow was able to destroy his entire chest, so a lot of blood could be observed falling to the soil.
I swear I'll annihilate you. No matter what happens, I'll send you to the other world.
Goku, without any mercy, would begin to torture the Demon King, and with a strong kick, he'd been able to separate the head from his body. Goku would throw a great power towards the body of the Demon King, so while he was disintegrating, he tried to escape from the body of Zeldris.
It's now I will stop my father from escaping again.
Meliodas would accede to the status of Demon King, with which he was able to destroy each of the commandments, simply leaving Zeldris' body in terrible condition.
Damn it, I haven't been able to protect Escanor. I'm not a good companion. Goku, you've done everything you could. You don't have to worry. I know that Escanor is in a better place.
But from the whole place, a large portal could be observed. That's right, Daishoken was able to connect to other dimensions, managing to find Goku having raised all his power. Mr. Goku, how long's it been since I saw you? I'm glad to know that you're in perfect condition. It's ready to return?
Daishoken-sama, so long, of course I'm ready, but before that, can I ask you a favor?
Of course, Goku, tell me.
You can retrieve a being from this world. His name's Escanor. He died to save all of us.
It's okay, Mr. Goku, don't worry. Merlin would be surprised to realize how the being in front of them was even able to revive the dead. Daishoken was able to make Escanor appear in front of everyone, so he would approach Goku. I have fulfilled your request, Mr. Goku. It's time to leave this dimension.
It was a pleasure to fight by your side, but if you need my help, press this button and I'll be right there, no matter where I am. I appreciate your help, Goku. I hope someday to be able to know the world you come from.
Goku and Daishoken would enter the portal, appearing in the Kingdom of the All.
Thank you very much, Daishoken, for bringing me back. Now I'll be able to return to my friends.
Don't worry, Mr. Goku. You're the greatest Zeno-sama's best friend. Goku would leave for his planet with teleportation, while in the world of the 7 deadly sins, Goku would be remembered as the legend that ended the Holy War. Well guys, this is all for today's chapter. I hope you liked it and it was to your liking. Now don't forget to leave your powerful like Supreme God level, comment and subscribe. Now without further ado, see you in a new video. Until next time.